So I see a lot of clients and they tell me that they already eat well. And I always say, well, what is eating well? Because what one person thinks is eating well and what I think is eating well is sometimes different. So usually you ask the question, so what are you eating? And they say, I eat well. And then you ask, well, what are you eating in the morning? Let's break it down to a time. Fruit, cereal, milk. So I'm like, okay, great. So we've got carbs, and inflammation. That's really good. So I tend to go for a more Paleolithic sports diet. So my idea of eating well and the other idea of eating well sometimes doesn't always gel. And you've also got the idea that there's a lot of marketing that goes out there. So for example, some people think eating well is a Nutri-Grain because it says it's healthy, it's a cereal bar, and cereal's meant to be healthy. But the idea of cereals and what's healthy does come from the US food pyramid from the 1920s when there was a Great Depression and they were trying to push surplus foods like bread, dairy, and fruit because they had too much of it. So now we've gone past the 1920s and we've evolved with more knowledge, and I find that we function a lot better with a caveman style diet, but then we're not cavemen, so we can kind of tweak it to something that's more balanced for today. So I tend to gear towards something like having something like chicken and eggs in the morning, and everyone's like, that's gross, with a bit of avocado or grilled tomato. So the concept is that you're eating in a way that you have protein, you have fats, and you have carbohydrates in a pretty balanced way throughout the day. And that tends to be a lot better for you than eating well, which involves lots of fruit, which is diabetes waiting to happen if you're diabetic. Lots of bread, which is an inflammatory. Lots of cereal, inflammatory. Lots of milk, inflammatory. Lots of alcohol, also inflammatory. So I tend to look at eating well as things that are non-inflammatory or anti-inflammatory. So I hope that helps and I haven't ruined your breakfast. But if you're looking for some nutrition tips, check out the website AWPTS, give us a call, and look forward to speaking to you soon.